So there are days that I still feel like she's wrong and everything, but I'm just like, let me, and I really feel like I don't want to talk to her. But when I still swallow that pride and I just go to resolve things, the way everything, I'll now be shocked that she's just been longing that we should talk, but she just don't want to talk. Do you understand?
Yeah, we got this. It's that time again. I'm getting the head and dropping Mrs. OMG. My lovely husband, you know, in my OMG. And together you can call us the OMG. Sit back, relax, and sip your tea. We keep you company.
Welcome to our channel, OMGs. 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 OMGs, 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 OMGs.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching our video today. But before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. Say hi.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. My name is Yetunde and this is Emmanuel.
You already
Just to
know.
save you guys from this long
You
intro.
already know. We don't back down because our back is not on the down, not on the ground. But sometimes you call ground down. Back is not on the ground, eyes on the ground, knees, because that's where we is. Feel me?
No, I don't.
Welcome. If you don't feel me, I hate that. That's all.
No, I'm not feeling
And in case you are hearing that loud kuro in the background,
we live in Nigeria, that's why.
got that loud. So it's a generator, no light.
Because why would we need light?
Do you understand?
What do we need electricity for?
In Nigeria.
Come on, in Nigeria.
When the sun is so high like this, what
We
is
don't need
electricity?
electricity. We just
Carry,
need to
Yoruba.
have loud
Government,
generators.
Oshubazeri, keep it going.
We need like loud
Then the
generators.
small lights that they provide, very, very expensive.
Yes,
It's a privilege. Do you
No,
understand? Men Nigerians, you men mortals, we give you light. It's a rare privilege, so you pay
Through your
away
nose.
your life.
Through your nose for it.
God
And
forbid.
somebody said that they paid 700k for 1 week. 1 week. That makes sense, doesn't it?
See our own now, like the price, it has
It's
quadrupled.
ridiculous. It's
One problem
ridiculous.
or the other for this
No,
Lagos.
Ashano.
Sorry that we had to rant on your head, Jerry. It's Nigeria.
It is well.
But yeah, so what are we talking about today?
We are talking about
Auntie. Hey! Auntie. When Sonia Ade wants to say auntie, we say ranty. You know, like Romorolojo. You know, Sonia Ade always has R to the beginning of everything he sings about. Roluko Romorolojo Ribiri Mubari. Sorry. So if Sonia wants to say auntie, we say ranty. And ranty is somebody that rants. So you guys are not on my level, so let's just. Alright, so what are we talking about today?
oh my god, so I have to shake that off.
Oh my god, you're such a fan. Oh my god, yeah. Alright.
We're talking about our sweet baby girl actually, and just how much she affects us. And how, you know, not affects us, but how she teaches us really, and what she learns from us in terms of that, in terms of feelings and things that happen around us.
So let me help you express that better.
Yeah, I was really bad actually. Oh god.
Yeah, so basically, it's just to let you know that why you need to be intentional 100% with your children in everything you do, because you have no idea how much they vibe off you. You get like, so far from our experience so far, I think we dare to say that majority, except like maybe when like God just really took his hand. Let me say, but majority of what your child becomes is from you. Do you understand? So when you see a lot of violent children out, or children that are cursing, or children that, or people, or not even like people that have become something in the society, most times, or it might just be from what they vibed off their parents. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not use vibed. What they learnt. Yeah.
It's lack of English, that's what
what they actually, because you know, the reality is everything the child is, and no, not everything, but most things, like you said, they learn from their parents. Like a child will not know how to swear, so to say, unless they're around people that are swearing.
You know why I chose to use vibe is because a lot of people will be like, I'm not teaching them. Like, so I'm using vibe for you to know that it's not even about what you sit down to teach them.
Yeah.
Majority of what they learn is not even what you teach them.
You might not even express it.
Do you understand?
It's just what they see.
It's by what you live, you know.
Yeah.
So with your children, you cannot be do what as I say, don't do as I do.
Yeah.
They actually do as you do more than they do as you say.
Honestly.
So, for example, it just dawned on me that family does not know any abusive words. Am I right?
Thank
Yeah.
you. Mm-hmm.
And we sat back and we actually realized that we have not actually abused ourselves since we got married, you know. And it's that just shows how much we love each other, because it's not even something we really had to make effort to do.
Even when I'm livid, like livid of lividities in Leviticus.
Leviduism, like it's.
And so that's just I think calling you out of your name is just.
So all those S word like STUPID, all those FOOL, all those IDIOT, you know, we've not had to use it's like even spelling it out and thinking about you and use it's even somehow.
You say spelling.
What?
Sound like it's a spelling.
Spelling.
Yeah. So I thought it's spelling.
Don't let me start the abuse today. But there are some abuse that, like me, I abuse playfully that I even have to watch because make she no go learn. I just realized the shipoti. I don't think it has any meaning because I got it from Woli Agba. Yeah, she has gone upstairs now. So, like, you know, when I even say Elenu shipoti, you know, it's from play and everything. But because a lot of things that you say that we just hear from my mouth, like.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
And come downstairs.
Calm down. Some things that you say.
Like,
She wants to start saying flipping heck.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, Femi, we've heard you. She has not finished. Okay. Do you want to come back downstairs? Oh yeah, come back and sit down. When you say that FH, because she's here now, you cannot say it again. She has started saying it.
When she says something or she asks me for something and she keeps persisting, I'm like, Femi, you can't have it, and that's just tough.
She says that stuff. She says all that. So, because what brought this realization to me is like I can't. Maybe we saw a clip or we saw one child and everything, and she was really saying all these abusive things and everything. And now it's not to judge anybody and everything, but the realization just dawned on me that children, human beings, all of us are human beings, but we just have to grow. Children, when they come to this world, they already have everything. Do you understand? In terms of their brain is there, because we feel like they are dumb children. They don't really know anything, and as they grow, they know. Their intelligence is 100%. Do you understand? So it's just for them to get acclimatized to this new environment, which is the world that they found themselves in. So it's just to know the norms, the culture, the things that are said and everything.
It's to nurture them.
So all the story I'm saying. Do you understand? So, and you are now you are the one holding their hands. You are their tour guide. Do you understand? As a parent, that you are the tour guide. They say life is about analogy. Do you understand? So you are their tour guide. So it is you are the first interaction they are having. So whatever they get from you most times, it is what they form their foundations on. So that is why you need to be really, 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 really intentional. And like we said, intentionality in the sense that even the way you live, like for example, a lot of things I had to stop. You know, like because you and your guys, when you greet, that is common with Nigerian guys. There's no good word. Meanwhile, we mean good things. When you just BAD guy, I don't want to say the word BAD guy. Oh boy, you did CRAZU. Oh boy, this guy like FOOL Shambi. While we are feeling ourselves, you get. I have to stop all those things. You get because that's how you just God forbid. Auntie, you're tasty. You know. For example, now she has started saying, "This daddy now, wow," because I always say now, wow, a lot. You know. Yes, exactly.
So, and also another example was when I was a bit emotional about something, and so she saw me crying, and so she was like, "Oh, let me go and let me go and tell daddy so he can hold you. That, first of all, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. So I was like, no, my sister said, no, I'm fine. You don't need to go and tell daddy. She's like, okay. She said, I want to go and meet daddy. So she now went downstairs to go and tell him. I had to tell, Mommy is crying and, you know, come and hold her or something like that. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this girl, like the compassionate, like how compassionate
and that's because
is
she sees
amazing.
that as the norm. That's what happens when somebody is down, the other person tries to bring the person. So she doesn't even really know the concept of crying yet, because then when she called me and I came upstairs and I was like, waiting happened, and I was holding her. She was just jumping around, because when she even came to tell me Mom is crying, she was smiling. Daddy, Mom is crying, because she doesn't get the concept of like really being down, but she knows that whenever Mommy is crying and everything, Daddy is always like being there trying to cheer Mommy up. So Mommy was crying and Daddy was not there. Something's missing.
Yeah.
She had to get me even when Mommy said no.
Yeah.
Another one that happened that was just like, man, this girl is noticing a lot of things and we need to actually really be intentional. So I had an event with my band, the OMG band. You can book us, the OMG band at gmail.com, you know. Our price rates are fixed, so you know that one before you come to book. So we had an event, I think late last year. Then I had a gig. I had something to host with Zenith Bank the next day. Like I said, we have a lot of business together. Zenith Bank the next day, so I had to be. And our event was on the island. It was just like not too far from the Zenith Bank headquarters that I need to be at the next day. So it didn't make sense for me to come, because our house was far from wherever the two events were. So it didn't make sense for me to come back home and I'll be stuck in traffic going back. So I just told her, then I lodged in a hotel, you know. So once I got to the hotel, obviously, now anytime I travel and everything, first thing I have to call her with gist and everything, because I'm already missing her. So we're talking video call.
Cute.
Yes, ma'am. Video call. Then Feyomi too was there and she said, let me talk to Daddy. Oh, I was shook, Daddy. She took the video call. She was like, Daddy, where are you? Is that a bed? I said, yes. You want to sleep? I said, you can't sleep on that bed. You have to come and sleep in Mommy's room.
Yeah. You're supposed to be in my house. In Mommy's
You're supposed to be in my house, in Mommy's room. Don't sleep on that bed, because it's rare for me to sleep out. Do you understand? I don't think she can even remember any time I've slept. So she was like, and for her to see me somewhere that looks like a room that is not our room.
And
so,
I'm not there with it. Like, we're not there.
So imagine at this stage, she doesn't know what marriage is, obviously. But she knows that Mommy and Daddy always sleep together. You know, and you get so a lot of other things. Even when you see her, okay, for example, I posted maybe we'll post the video now. People have been asking for random moments, so we'll post that one here too. When she was conversing with Siri. I was shocked that she even knew who Siri was. It just took her one time of seeing her mom talk to Siri. She figured out how to, and every morning now, she converses with Siri. Do you understand?
My favorite me is my name.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Okay, I will look my phone. Hello? Hello? What are you doing?
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Yes, please.
Please what?
Oh, that's impossible. Forgotten.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm not sure understand. Wait.
So, like, they grab her singing. Now, when Feyomi is bored, or like when she's absent-minded from something, you see her
online class.
Online class, maybe when they are getting boring. Sorry, school.
When they're dealing with other children and she's already
and nobody's talking to her. You just see her making music with her mouth, either making beats, or just doing
making up songs.
And that is what I do. Do you understand? When I just sit somewhere, like I do it so subconsciously, and she's used to that already. You know, so a lot of we just thank God, that is good things that she's taking from us.
Yeah, and another thing as well. You know, okay, to the flips. Okay, sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's cool. It's
okay,
cool.
The flip side is, so when we have told her the things that are not right, she will remind us. So what she started.
Sorry, before you continue, I need to let them understand. So the thing is, anything we've told her that she can't do, the number knows where to do them. We cannot do it, because she will come and she will meet us and correct us. Yeah, continue.
So, like, for example, let me stop. She'll be like, for example, she'll be like, oh, I mean, like, are you shouting? Mommy, you're not supposed to shout. It's not good. Because I told her, don't shout. Or like, I think I was really annoyed about something, and I just, you know, I shouted and I told her off, and she was like, she now told me like later, she was like, Mommy, Unicorn said you should not be angry. Don't be angry. It's not nice to be angry and everything. And what I've noticed as well, sometimes she uses Unicorn to express herself, which is really like wow to me.
Do you understand? That's like, one of our toys, the Unicorn toy. Yeah. So anytime. I don't understand the concept. It's almost as if she's like, okay, these people are my elders. I cannot really talk directly to them. So she uses the unicorn as intercessor. Anytime. So whenever she says unicorn says, she has something to correct us about. This 3-year-old girl. Very deep things. So unicorn said, Daddy was raising his voice and it's not good. Yeah. Raise your voice at Pharaoh. As in, I
feel bad because it's like, you can't even be angry because it's like she's right. Like, you know, even when I'm like upset with her and maybe I might take it like I'm already tired or whatever, she'll be like, Mommy, you need to calm down. Unicorn said calm down. Or she'll just tell me that, Mommy, you need to calm down. Just calm down.
There was one time that you did, I think you shouted at her and you said something. And you were, I can't remember, she came, she was like, Mommy, you shouted, you said, or you even used something, you used the word for her. Like maybe it wasn't really an abuse, but she was like, Mommy, you said this to Pharaoh. You were like, no, I didn't. You said, Mommy, it's not good to lie. You said, no, you did, Mommy. No, she hasn't. I was just like, so.
And last one, when we've argued, and we try our best to not argue in front of her, but the few times that we have, oh my goodness, like you just feel terrible because 1 minute it's like she gets a bit scared, like she doesn't like the raised voices, and she'll be like, Mommy, it's okay, like she doesn't know where to look. So that in itself really catches us that we need to be more aware of ourselves and
that is the consciousness of that alone is just a little lesson of how much a home, whether the home is a good home or a broken home, how much effect it can have on children. The fact that when we had, we told you our argument, God forbid, I will never raise my hands against her, I will never abuse her. But about our raising of voices a little bit here. And now we don't even really raise voices again, but you feel the tension when we are, you know, so that tension that she feels, she already feels destabilized and sometimes scared and confused. Do you understand? So imagine if it's now like a broken home or something, do you know, God forbid. So this is, if not for anything again, this is another reason why before that you are not married, you need, like before you get married, just know what you're about to get into. So if you have not found that person that you know that you are going to be with this person no matter what, don't go into it. Then when you're already into it, like so far it's not domestic violence and all those things, whatever it is, sort it out at least for the sake of your children.
And constantly arguing is not healthy. Yes, it's good to communicate, but arguing, like there's healthy arguments, right? Like when you debate about things, but when you're arguing, it's actually not healthy. Some people see it as, oh, you know, me and my friend, we argue. If you don't argue, it's impossible, or it's not right. That means you're not No, arguing is actually, some people enjoy it. They see it as a sport, and it's not right, especially for children. It's like, that's teaching them how they're to communicate their feelings as well. So if you want to like, it's really hard because I struggle with it. Trust me, when I'm angry, I really struggle to be calm because my head can be very hot. So it's really trying to communicate with the person with as much respect as you can muster. And if you can't, it's better to stay silent and just go away because it's just, it's not good.
You know, we had already discussed about our conflicts and everything, you know, so like obviously we get into conflicts, but like we said, what we always do is we learn from each conflict, things that will never happen again. And like I said earlier, a lot of people might be like, oh, Cynthia said, you don't know what it is like. Oh, you should not do this because of your children. What of yourselves? See, I can guarantee you that okay, I'm not a marriage expert. Let me just dare to say 99% of broken homes start from, it ends up, it's just about the disagreement between the husband and the wife. Do you understand? There are things that you people can just decide that, okay, let's reach a compromise. Do you understand?
Let me even use my parents as an example. My parents, I love you guys, but you know, just a small example without going in too deep. Like, obviously, for the most part of my life, my parents were together. they split up when I was a teenager, like so old enough to know what was going on. And when I was growing up, they were pretty lovely. I used to see my parents, they were very affectionate towards each other. And when they were I remembered when things started to go like downhill, it was the arguments, and they used to argue over the smallest of things. You farted. Why you fart like this? Smallest of things, right? And it just that was then continuous, and then it was continuous. They obviously had other issues that that they had to deal with, and that kind of. And I feel like those small arguments were almost like a pressure cooker and a release of the steam of the bigger issues that they had.
And that's what I wanted to say. When you see those small arguments becoming a big thing, there's already a seed planted. There's already something that was unresolved. Do you understand? Like, see, you'll be shook how the solution to, like, if to say they open marriage books and we look at a lot of marriages that have, we are not judging anybody, but we look at a lot of marriages that have gone south. If to say God bring book and they now trace it back to the LCM, when you see the thing that could have been corrected, you'll be shocked that it's just a minor thing. Let me give our examples. We've had arguments on this. I'm like, this girl is wrong. I'm not even going to talk to you.
Yeah.
You get, and thank God she comes to apologize and everything, and it just resolves. And there are days like that too. She's the one that really started this apologizing thing, and I learned from her. So there are days that I still feel like she's wrong and everything, but I'm just like, let me, and I really feel like I don't want to talk to her. But when I still swallow that pride and I just go to resolve things, the way everything, I'll now be shook that she's just been longing that we should talk, but she just don't want to talk. Do you understand? So imagine that both of us were just like lie, and no go talk. That's it. And human minds, it's like a volcano. Like
volcano, you're right.
Volcano. Like what do they call those things that erupts in volcano? I don't forget. But there's a name. Geography or whatever. So from one small sediment, it builds and builds and builds to something. You hear English like irreconcilable differences. Meanwhile,
it's from
we are not marriage experts, but I believe that this is speaking to somebody right now, and you should really, really listen.
I think because something has to give. That's the reality of it. If something is not given, like if you don't give, your partner doesn't give. There's no point. Like
okay, sorry.
There's no, like, if there's no give, if there's no leeway. And I say that because when people tell you that the first year of marriage is your hardest or whatever, that wasn't the case with us. It was pretty cool, thank God. It was nice. But when I think maybe like the second or third year, maybe we started to argue a bit more, and you realize that, hold on a minute, sometimes you just don't really like the person. You don't like them, and it's like, but then when you allow it fester, the enemy is just playing ball with your head. It's like, oh, okay, and you could have said this, and can you imagine he said this? So all these things you allow to, and there's room for assumption. There's room for all these negative, just thinking negative, and it will set once that settles. It's very, very hard to release them. So
imagine times that you've been angry over stuff, like maybe you're angry, I'm now around. When we now settle, you now realize that it was on your matter. I was planning stuff for you. Do you understand? Like, honestly, it's just really, really, really deep. And first of all, and again, I dare say, I don't really have the figures, so I won't really, but I dare say that at least 50% of the world's problem will not be there if homes are good. Do you understand? A lot of bad things people do out is because they came from broken systems. When you see broken men, women out there and everything, like when nobody give them attention and everything, do you understand? So do your bit and know that the way you live your life, just like when you become Christians, when you are living for Christ, they say a lot of people look at the way you live, not exactly the way you say. So you can't say you are God's child and you still do things the way you used to do. Do you understand? The same way when you are a parent, like, pay more attention on the things you don't say, the way you live, the way you talk to your wife, the way you show, the discipline you have. Do you understand? You want your children to be going to school early, you sleep late. I'm guilty. And I'm watching it. You understand? So we've spoken up to like 30 minutes today and we come back.
So and just one last thing. Can we rate our children a little bit more? Like, like you said, we don't think that, we always expect that children, as in all these things, like what we say to them as well, and our expectation of them. People always I had someone ask me, did I breastfeed for long? You always hear that, you eat these loads of vegetables, you breastfeed for like 10 years and the child will be really super smart. Well, let me just tell you, right? It's just everything is the grace of God. That's firstly. And the next thing is that I learned early from research and learning and reading was that when you treat your child giving them freedom to express themselves in terms of like you treat them like they like I don't know like almost like an adult, like you respect them, and from a very early age, as she was a baby, respecting them, allowing them to have choices, of course within reason, but allowing them to have choices. It really then allows them to express themselves better to others and even to you yourself, and you just find that there's certain things you don't really need to tell them. They've already started to catch on and everything. So I don't know, I always feel like Nigeria is always like, oh, with small children, let them just give them whatever, let's just manage whatever. When they're older we can enjoy them, but really
one major thing I've had to learn from these are married, from these are home, is like, as a parent, no, it's not a good way to go for your child. Like, it's better to have options, like instead of like you could have just been like, this thing that you want to do, don't you think it would be better if you had as opposed to say no, don't do that. They don't know why you are. Do you understand? It's the same. All of us are guilty of the same thing.
We do it
just like God said, and God's no was not even, God even still gave us options. He said don't do this because blah blah blah, but we want, that's the way they say we don't do, now we want to do. But most times when you are like, when you just like if you do this thing, don't you think it will be better to do it this way? Do you know? Because at the end of the day, they are human. All of us are human beings. And also see it like, I think we need to see it, and it's true. Your children are actually more intelligent than you. The only thing you have over them is you have more information in this new world they just came into.
Experience.
Do you understand? Right. The iOS of the brain of the new children they are giving birth to now is more updated than your own. Do you understand? So don't be thinking, say, this one a child and everything. When my daughter knows by 3. A lot of these things I was still struggling to know by 7 and 8, and I was a very bright child. Do you understand? Yeah. So enjoy, Paul. Let's leave it like that. You guys, shout out to our parents too. My mom, like the good man I am today is a majority from my mom. My mom too is one of those people. My mom never called me. My mom used to abuse me, but my mom's abuse were she owned the copyright to the abuses. Do you understand? They were abuses she composed by herself. Abuses that were meaningless. For example, she would call me Elenu Julala, Julalabi, June and July. It don't make sense. Get you gone. As opposed to cursing me, she'll be blessing me in abuse. Do you understand? So
and shout out to my parents. My mom, your mom. Anyway, anymore. But I thank God for my dad as well, that he was the balance. He was one to tell her that he had to watch now and relax. So I'm thankful for my parents. They really did their very best with me, and I'm grateful.
One thing I can tell you about your mom. Grateful. Sorry, we just keep going. One thing I can tell you about your mom is she whatever your mom does with you, she would always overdo it because that is how she feels about it. Like your mom over loves you. I will see your mom loves me, I know, like she shows her love, but I will never forget the solemn warning she gave me. She was greeting me, she loved me already when she met me. We were speaking, she would be telling God bless you, but there was one conversation we had, it was still blessing, God will bless your home, thank you, blah. She now put that solemn warning that I trust you, you get, but that thing hammered in my head. And you know that this woman is really protective of her daughter.
No, my mom honestly, my mom is so amazing. She's before I met you, my mom was like my number one defender. Like, I can tell you how many battles, even for
I can tell you that your mom I can tell you your mom can go and punch somebody for you.
Yes.
Do you understand?
My mom, she doesn't play with me, and I love you, mommy.
That version of her really helped with our wedding, because during our wedding, when you had that, they had this disagreement that it was almost deep, like she was saying her mom should not come for our wedding and everything. I just had to make you see. From the other side, how you almost cry. It was as if God showed you your bad side, and you were crying from repentance, and both of them no, that love your mom has for you.
I know, and I really, really love
your mom. Is she's a combination of a man and a woman for you. Do you understand? Like, she's your warrior and all that. She
does a lot for me, and for us as and my sisters as well. My mom doesn't play with us, and mommy. But love you gone.
Now, see, this is as a result of intentional parenting that our parents give us, and we forever and ever. Nothing anybody can tell me about my mother. I know my mother. She's not here again, but I know she loves me. Do you understand? Already, we can tell from what Feromi gets from us and everything, you know. And by God's grace, God will help us to keep living in love and, you know, giving her the best environment to live up from. I will pray that she gathers what she gets from here too and builds our own community with it like that, and you know, we keep going and going.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sure today this is like 2 hours talk. Sorry, it took me this long again after today.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you don't forget to share.
Before we leave, there's something I know all of them will comment about. They'll be like, we're talking about Feromi. We have not shown. No, we have told the random moment. You know where you put it already. We'll send you the video. But Feromi, come and say hi, so that they'll be like, we're talking about you today. They did not even see you. Yeah, you want to wear your glasses? Do you want to wear your glasses?
My baby.
What do you want to tell them?
Say
hello, my people.
Hello, my people.
How are you? Then another major influencing that will influence this girl, and that's why anytime I need her to shoot skits or anything, I will just write the script and tell her mom to tell her. I try not to speak English to her. For example, hear the way she said, "Hello, my people." The first time I tried to shoot a skit with her, and I was telling her what to say. I was not hearing my accent in her mouth. That's when I said, anything English, I'm not getting involved with you. That's why. So most times when people are like, I like her accent, everything's just focused on her mom. Tell her to say, "Hello, my people." Hear the way it will sound.
Hello, my people.
Hello, my people.
Did you hear? when I told her my own, "Hello, my people," you get. So,
I love you.
Alright, bye. Tell them bye. Tell them please like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Hey guys.
Yeah, thank you for watching our video.
Thank you.
But before you leave, we are forgetting something.
Have you liked this video? Did you like this video?
Did you comment? Have you subscribed to our channel?
Subscribe, and did you hit the notification bell?
You have. Thank you so much. If you haven't, please just do, yeah?
Do that, please.
See you guys on the next video. Bye.
Family, get in the bathroom now.
Bye-bye.